from Sharon at Sea. Tonight's live show is sponsored by Splash in the Sun ATV Tours on the beautiful island of St. Martin. Splash in the Sun is rated 5 stars on TripAdvisor and has a Certificate of Excellence Award. If you want to see everything that St. Martin has to offer, then make sure you contact Sherry at Splash in the Sun. Whether you are traveling solo or with a group of 10 or more, Sherry can set you up with rentals, a guided 3 to 6 hour island tour, or you can even set up a personalized private island tour as well. Jamie, Matthew, and myself were lucky enough to have a private tour with Sherry, the owner, and it was one of the best excursions we have ever taken. So next time you spend the day in St. Martin, make sure you do it with Sherry and her team at Splash in the Sun ATV Tours. And make sure you tell her that Sharon at Sea sent you.
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I believe that should solve the issue.
I'll just have it on mute.
Oh my God! Yes, it was still on mute. It was.
Oh my God.
It was still on a little mute. How about now? Okay, here we go. And here we go.
Can't hear you.
Now. And there it is.
Oh.
Yay. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Woo! Sorry about that, folks. You know, sometimes real life gets in the way of the fun fantasy world that we live in here on YouTube, and it gets a little crazy. So thank you so much. I believe you can hear us. Can you see us? I guess you can see us because Wendy Belcher loves your top.
Oh, thank you,
So
Wendy.
very nice. Thank you, Wendy. How's everybody doing? Let me switch over to what they call the live chat, which I don't think really means much to a lot of you folks. Maybe it does. So that we can say hi to folks and give everyone the proper greeting. First off, let's say hello to our amazing moderators. Do you want to do the honors?
Sure. We do have amazing moderators. I think the best out there, and that is Nurse Nancy and Leanne Francisconi.
The best in the biz. You are so right. I'm sorry. I love one of my favorite things to do is put Sharon on the spot, and she's like, "What? Did you ask me to say something?"
Yeah.
Oh my God, Julie D, thank you so much. Julie D said, "Let's go." I don't know if Julie D is saying that out of excitement, like, "Let's go," or she's like, "Let's go already." You guys are a little bit late. So either way, Julie, we appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
So lovely to see you guys. Eddie Moonshine said, "Your hair looks good today, Jamie. Good job, you're a rock star." Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate that, man. I spent a little extra time today. I'm using a new shampoo, and it gives me a little extra body. So thanks very much for noticing. I think he was talking to me. Let's see, who do we have in the chat? Should we say hi to a few folks? Let's go back to 6 o'clock and roll off a few names and get this party started.
You're way down there.
We are. We're at 6:08 already. We were about 2 or 3 minutes late. We had a few last minute things. The dogs were getting a little crazy, and they were going, I don't want to use a term that's not appropriate. It is kind of a PG show, but they were going apeshit, if I can just say that. I apologize to anyone out there who's offended by that, but it's the best way to say it. And we had to calm them down before the show started because, it's tough enough we talk over each other, and then we have to talk over dogs. So thank you for your patience there. We appreciate that. Adventures of David and Aaron are here. How you guys doing? Shawana's Creative Circle, Robert from Life with Favor, Trevor Glockler is here, Kathy Zoda, the Claykowskis, John, lovely to have you here. Hopefully some of that beautiful family of yours is with you as well. Gordon Buddy Johnson, Diane Dietrich's here, Timothy Walters, Rosalind Wimple, Manuel, thank you for coming. Craving Cruisers, cruising into retirement. Ronnie Gilbert is here. Mo Life Travels is in the house. Dave and Brandy's Excursion. Of course, Leanne Francisconi is there. Nurse Nancy is here as well. Ladies, glad to have you. We are lucky to have you. Thank you so much. Diane Sanders in the house. What's going on? DC810. What's up, Deb? Deb is in the house. Kaboom! Deb, you're really coming around. I like that kind of a, hello. Karen Carter, Ann Jordan, Mike Chernock, Sue Archer, Andy McCure, Ruth Todd, Kimberly Pennington, Jeffrey Pooler. Whew, I'm rolling. Whitney Castillo. Hey, Whitney, how are you? Whitney, I really appreciate all the great comments you leave on the videos that you watch. Thank you so much for doing that. Sarah McCroskey is here. Renee Burton is here. Ronnie Gilbert, Sheila Bossiger, Paul Grable's here. Let's see. Who else is here? Sue Archer, Jeffrey Lara. Did I miss anybody? Daniel Donnelly is here. What's going on, Daniel? Laurel Gurley is here. Wendy Hobbs. I'm scrolling through. Alan Collins is in the house. Tina and Rick Spencer are here. Beverly Cash. Beverly Cash. I wonder if she does that every time she tells somebody what her name is. They go, hey, what's your name? And she goes, Beverly. Beverly Cash. Cash Money. Let's see, who else is here? Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Lots of stuff is going on here. Christine Detmar's here. MLB Destinations.
I think you missed a few people.
Bunny Afloat. I know, I'm rolling. If I miss you, yell at me. Go ahead, it's fine. I get yelled at all day long. Jojo the King. Hi, C. Cindy. What's up, Cindy and Paul? We are so excited to have cocktails with them on October 13th, or maybe even October 12th. Donna Lanhart is here. How you doing, Donna? Great to have you. Vancouver Chris is in the house. There's a lot of new names tonight. I am super excited, guys. Are you noticing that?
Yeah, I am.
That's really exciting.
It's going by so quickly.
That is really exciting. Hold on, a couple other things are popping up on my screen here. Alan Roberts, a.k.a. Gallantly Streaming. I'm new to the channel. Dude, thank you so much.
Nice.
You are new.
Thank
you have
you.
a picture of what looks like, I'm not sure. I can't really see the picture. It looks like superheroes, or maybe your family dressed as superheroes. Either way, I love it.
Yeah,
you're new to the channel, Alan. Thank you so much for the generous
thank
super
you,
chat.
Alan.
You are awesome. Timothy Walters, look at you, buddy. Timothy, thank you. I want to say thank you for two things. Number one,
Timothy.
thank you for the generous super chat. And number two, on behalf of everyone here listening, thank you for not asking me to play guitar and putting everybody through that again. No, I'm just teasing. Dude, we love you. Thanks a lot, man. You are great. Really appreciate it. Who else is here? Robin Page Purdue is in the house. We just mentioned a few folks that gave super chats. Thank you so much. Isaac Altenhofen is here. What's up, Isaac? That is an awesome name. Chef Miggs. Andy McClure. I don't know who else I'm missing. Paul Callahan. I mentioned Eddie Moonshine earlier. Shawana's Creative Circle in the house. Ann Jordan is here. All right, I've missed a bunch of people.
Fun Ventures.
I am going to, Missy Cutler's here. Came over from Alito Loco. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Emma is in the house. Hello, hello. Fisher Fun Venture, Sharon mentioned. Who else am I missing?
Someone else. Oh, it just.
I'm sorry. I'm jumping around. Emily Cooksey. Go ahead, get in there.
No, well, you moved it. I think it said Allie D.
Allie D. I love how a lot of the cruise vloggers I see here are in here watching and helping out. What a great community. Allie D, you are so right.
It's an awesome community.
It's an amazing community.
I mean, there's lots of different type of vloggers out there, but the cruising community is, I don't know. I haven't seen anything like it.
You are so
awesome.
right. Mike from Greenville, what's going on, buddy? Lovely to have you. I know I missed people. Let's see. Mareri Gamboa is in the house. Marie, I hope I said that right. Thank you so much for being here.
Spikers Crazy Cruisers.
Yes. Oh my God, Spikers Crazy Cruisers. I saw those guys on a video with Krista and Jason from the Degenerate Cruisers. Nice to have the Spikers Crazy Cruisers in the house. I think they are crazy. They do a little bit of this.
Oh.
Little. Tilt the head back and finish the cup stuff.
So they're fun. They're fun people.
Yeah, they're wild and crazy. Just like they are degenerates. I think that's why they get along so well with Jason and Krista.
Debbie Emanuel is here.
What's up, Debbie? Cruise with us. If I didn't say hi, hello. Ruby Tobar is here. Let's see. Oh boy, it's
Tracy.
Go ahead, give it a shot. It looks like you want to say Tracy.
Tracy. Well, Tracy.
Tresu Alberton. Tresu or Tracy, one or the other. Tell us how to say your name right so we don't botch it again. Blaine 2007 is here. What's going on? Amy Rogers said, I think you're going to reach 20,000 subscribers in the next 6 months at the rate you're going. You better save that cabin on the 2020 group cruise. Amy, you're right. If you don't know.
It's already saved. It's already there.
Tell them what happens at 20,000 subscribers, Sharon. Just tell them.
At 20,000, we are giving away a free cruise for two. And if they would like for it to be on our group cruise in 2020, if we get there in time, then it'll be on that cruise. If not, we will have, we will choose another cruise.
There you go. There you go. Jimmy Alexander, thanks for noticing. But hey, we've always said hi to everybody. A few folks in our community do, and we just like to say hi. And the only bad part about that, man, is you always miss somebody. So if we missed you, we're sorry. Yeah. We still love you. Thank you for coming.
Vacations is here.
Beth Ullinger is here. Carl Yeo, Y-E-O, is in the house. Enjoying the channel, said Carl. Thank you, buddy, so much. Who else? Frank, Georgia.
Oh, Duke of Cool.
Duke of
It's
Cool.
down.
I like that.
You scrolled
How about this name right here?
Which one?
I'm circling it. This one. See, there's a thing.
Oh, Nancy Butler.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Hi,
I just want to
Nancy.
get you in the mix. I just like to get you. Christine Detmar is talking about a girls' cruise on Breeze 2020. Sounds like a party.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know if you guys have invited Sharon yet, but she might be available. We'll see. All right, guys, we have a lot to get to tonight. We have a very packed show.
Kimberly Vickers is here. Hi, Kimberly.
Crazy Cat Traveler and Jordan's here. Let's see.
Kay Kraut is here. Josh Odom.
Right. Every time we want to start talking, we notice
know.
all these new people are here. It's so exciting. 225 of y'all are out there. Thank you so much for being here.
Artie
Listen.
Kaiser, I think.
Kaiser? I think you're right. Artie Kaiser. What's going on, Artie? Guys, tonight I want to let you know we're doing a sober show, non-alcoholic tonight. For those of you who are happy about that, cheers. For those of you who are disappointed, we're sorry.
Yeah.
But we have some work to do after the show, and we need to keep our wits
And
about
I am
us.
drinking my energy drink here, so
What is that energy drink?
it is. It's called Zip Fizz.
That sounds like something you take on a cruise to make you go 100 miles an hour for 24 hours a day.
Yeah, it's a lot of B vitamins, and it has a little caffeine in it too.
Yes.
So.
Trevor Glockler's a little disappointed. He says he's having a Crown and Coke. It's okay, man. I'm pretty sure tons of people out there watching right now are doing something similar. Charles Hahn is here. What's going on, Charles?
Yeah, we have a lot of work to do tonight. Actually, the rest of the week, I don't know if people know, but I actually am a nurse as well. I cut down my hours at work, so I really don't work as a nurse very much anymore. Just once in a while when they need me, and they did ask me to work this past weekend, so I worked at my nursing job, which kind of put me behind. So I have a lot of emails, a lot of things to catch up on tonight and tomorrow. So if any of you, I think I saw a couple of people in here that had emailed me earlier, I will be mailing you back tonight. So you'll have it late tonight or first thing in the morning.
Excellent.
So.
And it looks like as soon as I announced that we weren't drinking, at least 7 to 8 people dropped right out of the chat. What are you going to do? You can't make everybody happy. Mike Chernock says, I'm thinking about a new Carnival cruise out of Los Angeles, 3 or 4 day. New cruisers, only been on one cruise and loved it, but it was a 7 day. I just don't want to be disappointed. What would you tell Mike Chernock?
Let's see. Well, one thing about the shorter ones out of California, they are on the older ships, so it kind of depends on what you're looking for in a cruise. If you get on and you're kind of want something a little newer, maybe some more perks and things like that, then you may be a little disappointed on the ships that are going out of Los Angeles, out of Long Beach there, the shorter ones. So you kind of have to just think of what you're expecting on that cruise.
Yes, take the expectations down a notch. Think of it as an old-time cruise, and just go and have fun and do your thing, and everything will be
and
great.
I kind of think that it's better to take. I know some people now, they'll go on their first cruise and they might pick the newest, best ship that they think out there. I almost think it's better to maybe do a smaller ship at first and kind of work your way up to those, only because it's hard to go back. It's kind of hard to go backwards sometimes, and then I feel like some of those older, smaller ships really give you that true feel of cruising. I mean, that's kind of what started us in cruising, and sometimes when we go on the bigger ships, we kind of miss some of that, you know? So.
Yep. You are not wrong, my dear. You are not wrong. Let's see, what else? A few other people came in. Jan Booth, Norma Quezada, Dante Slocum is here. Seriously malfunctioned in the house. What's going on, everybody? Isaac Altenhofen said, what is your day job, Jamie? I'm, I mean, I don't really talk about it much. It's kind of a personal thing. But I am a Fruit of the Loom underwear model. So maybe you've seen me.
Oh my goodness.
I don't wear the underwear. I dress up as the grape. You know, Fruit of the Loom has all the different fruits there. I'm the grape.
Oh
So you may have seen something I'm in. So thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Lisa Wise is here.
He does have a real job.
What? Why are you trying to crush my dreams?
Oh my gosh. He's a manager.
I'm a manager. I manage stuff.
management.
You give me stuff and I manage the heck out of it, man.
Yeah.
Yes, I am in a boring retail-oriented manager job, and I go to work. I get up at 3:30. I get to work by 4:30, and I get home at about 2:30 or 3 every day, and then the rest of the day I just do whatever Sharon tells me to do. It's a pretty simple process, and it works for me. So there you have it. All right, let's talk about a few things. Can I jump right into my agenda? I have an agenda today.
Oh yeah.
I have some stuff I want to talk about. Number one.
Okay.
We want to welcome a lot of new people. We have had some great growth. A few people mentioned it. I think Timothy Walter said, "Are you guys at 15,000 subscribers yet?" Not yet, but we hope maybe by the end of August, somewhere into September, we can see that milestone. Thanks for asking, Timothy. We appreciate it, and we just appreciate everybody coming and supporting the channel and being here with us. So we want to say thank you and welcome to all the new folks out there. And also, there's been a lot of talk about. It's something that I did, and maybe it was out of desperation. I don't know, but the other day.
What is this?
The other day.
What did you do, Jamie?
The other day I got home a little late, and there was a hot news story coming off the presses. Maybe you heard about it. It involved a fight and a clown, apparently, or something like that. So I thought it'd be a great idea to make, and I'm late, right? Everybody else has a video out for 12 hours already. I am the late guy to the party. And so I thought it'd be a fun idea to make a thumbnail and then use like an app and make my face up as a clown. And it turned out to be pretty embarrassing, and I just want to apologize for the ridiculousness of that look for me. It was just crazy. But speaking of clowns and clown talk.
Maybe you should be a clown. A clown for Halloween.
Really? For the Halloween cruise?
That would be funny. Although I don't like clowns, though. They're really
a certain co-host of the Ship Show on the Klaykowski's channel was mentioning that as well.
Oh, that you should be a clown?
Maybe. We'll see what happens. That's on the down low, Sharon. Don't give out any of our secrets.
Oh. I didn't know anything about it. But.
So I'm seeing in the news now where the cruise ship, the P&O Cruise Line. Well, if you guys didn't hear about it, there was a big fight on a cruise line out of England, P&O Britannia, and it's a very uppity isn't the right word for it, but it might be the perfect word for it. It's usually folks that are, I don't know if they're a little more reserved or something like that, but on occasion on these cruises out of England, they have these patriotic parties where, like, towards the last day or on the last day, they get on the Lido deck and they get crazy. And they're folks who are drinking all day and having a good old time. And I guess later on in the evening, someone allegedly came out in a clown outfit, walked into an area where some folks may have been dressed a little more formal, having a little moment, and things clashed, a fight ensued, and things got a little crazy. And it's all over the news. You can search clown clown brawl on Google, and you'll find tons of videos. And now all of a sudden I'm hearing that the police and the cruise line are saying there was no clown involved. Now, I don't know what the deal is or what they're trying to hide. There are 1,000 sources that say there's a clown involved. So I don't know, but if anybody gets any new info, let me know so we can clear the clown air, if you will, and talk about what's going on. I think it's just clown denial, to be honest with you. I think that's what's going on.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Bozo the Clown got sauce.
I just missed something again. Oh.
What? You need me to go back up? What'd you see? Come on.
I'm looking for it.
Come on.
Go slow there.
I'm slowing up? Yes, Nurse Nancy said Jamie is a clown, LOL.
Yes.
Very nice. Cruzy the Clown. Was there something you're looking for?
It might be the other way.
Yes. Nurse Nancy makes a point there. Fancy dress. So the basis of the story was that, and a lot of places were reporting that the cruise was supposed to be a cruise that did not allow what they call fancy dress. And to most of us, fancy dress means shirt and tie, tuxedo, that kind of fancy. Well, I guess in the UK, fancy dress means no costumes, no character costumes, and that kind of thing. So I think some stuff got kind of crossed up in translation, and so that's where folks were a little thrown when they said, they thought it was a non-fancy dress cruise. Anyway, it was a whole to-do. We'll see what the real scoop is on the clown, but I want to comment on, number one, my ridiculous clown face, and number two, just the clown story, which may or may not now be a clown story. So we'll see what happens. What else do we have going on here? Ooh, want me to talk about that right now?
What's that?
Or
I can't read your
You can't read my writing? That's clear as day. Can you guys read that?
No.
I can totally read that.
You have the sloppiest writing.
All right. Well, you want to talk about the big? Did you find that information we were looking for yet?
No.
that we were talking about?
Oh, well,
Do you have that information?
I have it right here, kind of. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Because at first you didn't. You do have it? Are you sure?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Some of it.
All right. I hope so. Well, then why don't you tell people a little bit about the big contest that we had with regards to our 2021 next cruise.
Oh, okay. So some of you know that, some of you may not know, when we were on the Symphony, we purchased the Next Cruise, is what they call it, where you can purchase a certificate at a discounted deposit for your next cruise on Royal Caribbean. So we did that. We had so many days to choose our cruise so that we could get the onboard credit that was attached to it. And we put a little contest out there. We were having a lot of trouble choosing which cruise we wanted to go on. For multiple reasons. We were thinking about going next summer. We couldn't find an itinerary that worked for Jamie's schedule at work because he couldn't take that much time off together with what we already had planned for that year. So we decided to put it off until the early 2021 and do one of our bucket list cruises. So we couldn't decide between those cruises, so we put it out there to you guys to choose it for us. And so it was between Japan, flying in and spending New Year's Eve in Japan, Hong Kong, and then getting on a cruise to Japan. Or the other option was leaving out of Brisbane, Australia, and taking a cruise through Queensland and through Australia, a 7-day cruise. And we'll be in Australia on Australia Day, and also Matthew's birthday. So I forget what the numbers were, but it was like 160 something to like 80 something, something like that.
It was a landslide.
Yeah.
So the big winner was?
It was Australia.
Australia cruise.
So we are officially booked on the Radiance of the Seas on January 27th, 2021.
Leaving out of
Brisbane, Australia.
Brisbane, Australia.
And it's a seven-night cruise. It comes back to Brisbane, so we'll probably fly in a couple days pre-cruise so we can see a few sites around there, take the cruise, and then come home. And we already kind of discussed it amongst ourselves, and we are going to do Japan the following year for sure in the winter as well.
Japan or Hong Kong? Or is it all the same?
Yeah, well, an Asia cruise in 2022. So we're going to end up doing both, but we're really excited for Australia. Matthew's really excited. He wanted to go to Australia. He wasn't too thrilled about Asia for some reason. I don't know. We thought he would be more.
He's very in tune with news and information that he sees about other countries, and he was concerned about government upheaval and things of that nature. He follows that kind of stuff, and he's always talking about it.
He brought up some of that to us, which stuff that we weren't even really thinking of. We were.
He's like, is it safe to go there?
We were just thinking of our cruise, our vacation from that aspect, and he brought that up to us, which, we felt it was perfectly safe, but he chose Australia, and everyone else chose Australia, so we're going to Australia.
They sure did. I should have known that we were in trouble, or I don't know if maybe trouble's not the right word, but when I posted online, I put two pictures on top of each other. One was the itinerary and the cruise from Australia. The other was the cruise from Hong Kong. And I made a little note in there. On the Hong Kong one, I put New Year's Eve in Hong Kong, because the cruise was on the 2nd, but we would have gotten there, on like the 31st of December probably, and then been there for New Year's Eve. And I'm thinking, oh my God, New Year's Eve in Hong Kong? Are you kidding me? That's got to be the most amazing
really
experience.
Excited over that.
I am super psyched about that. And so I post, New Year's Eve in Hong Kong. And I'm like, okay, well here, the other one, let me make a note on that one. It's going to be, Matthew's birthday at sea. That's nice too. And so I put those in. But I'm sitting there going, New Year's Eve in Hong Kong. People are going to want to see that. And then we post it, and then it's like, Australia, Matthew in Australia, Matthew at sea on his birthday in Australia, Matthew, Australia. We want to see Matthew in Australia. And I'm like, what the heck? Matthew took away my New Year's Eve in Hong Kong. Are you kidding me? So we'll have to do that the next year then.
Yeah. So
thank
anyway,
you.
But we're gonna enjoy ourselves. And I know that ship is older than the ship that the other cruise was going on.
Oh my God, the Hong Kong cruise, guys, was on Spectrum of the Seas, the newest ship that's coming out here. I don't know, like later this year or in the next 6 months or something.
But
and the Australian one will be on the Radiance.
Yeah, so it will be on an older ship, but we don't really care about that. We're going for the ports and to see Australia. We're not really going to see necessarily the ship. Although we want to cruise, we want to be on the ship. We don't care what ship.
Yes. So all you guys out there that are from Australia, we know there's a handful of folks that identify themselves as being Aussies who come in and watch the show. Now it's time to put your money where your mouth is, because you always said, come down to Australia and you can stay with me. Well, guess what? We're coming to Australia. So I hope you got a shrimp on the Barbie or a burger or a steak or something on that thing, because I'm coming down there to drink some Foster's Lager and have a good old time with you guys. So be ready for that.
We actually booked another cruise this week.
Do I know about that?
Yeah, you know.
You sure?
I think so. Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Okay.
Throw it out there. We'll see if I know about it.
We booked a short cruise for next summer, since Jamie can only take another short cruise. So we decided to kind of go with that Radiance theme, and we booked the Carnival Radiance to Bermuda. So we're going to go to Bermuda next summer. So now we'll have 2 things off our bucket list.
All right. Outstanding. Let's see. Oh, someone else asked. Someone had a question earlier about have you been on the Encore? And it's funny you should say that. Our first Norwegian cruise will be next year. When is that next year?
January.
In January of 2020, we are booked to go on our first time ever on Norwegian on what will be their newest ship at the time, the Encore, that we are super, super excited about. So that's another thing we have coming up. Do you know the date of that by chance, off the top of your head?
I believe it's the 26th.
26th of?
January.
January 26th? All right, cool. We always try to do a late January cruise.
It's the last week of January. I think it's the 26th.
That way we combine a few different celebrations. Our anniversary, my birthday, which the celebration starts on January 1st. I think you guys all remember that from last year. And of course, the Matthew's birthday that comes up towards the end of the month. So so that's the deal, and that's why the end of January is such a big deal for us. So that's a scoop. The next cruise contest. Thank you everyone for voting, sharing your thoughts and opinions. Thank you for robbing me of the chance to spend New Year's Eve in Hong Kong, and we'll just be cruising around looking at kangaroos on the shoreline, I guess, in Australia. So. No, we are super excited about that.
The weather should be nice then, and there was a couple other itineraries in Australia that we wish we could have done. One of them even hit Fiji, which would have been awesome, but they were like 10 nights, and there's just no way we could do 10 nights with, having to fly in a little before, and getting home after. That would be too much time off work for Jamie.
So there you go. That is the scoop. Oh, I think that was Travis Jackson who asked that question about the Encore. Irish Cruiser, David Balfe, what's going on? Irish Cruiser, I don't see the Virgin Voyages in our future for really two main reasons. Number one, we always cruise with Matthew, and he's not 18, so he can't go. And if they won't let him go, then we can't go, and I'm not going to go. And number two, I believe that we are just, I don't know if they have a senior citizen special on Virgin Cruises. I don't think they do, and we won't be able to make it. I saw somebody made a comment about Sean and Steph, and those guys are cracking me up. I was watching their Sunday show, and they were talking about they're a little bit in the same boat. Being a little bit older, it's, I picture the Virgin Voyages cruise kind of like a scene from, like, let's say it's fight weekend, and it's poolside at, I don't know, the Bellagio in Vegas. Something along those lines is what I envision the Lido deck looking like on Virgin Voyages, and I am just not, I just can't hang with that kind of a deal. So probably, until they get maybe a few more ships and some different types of setups going on there, I don't think we'll be out there rocking that deal.
It's not on the top of our list.
Now maybe Nancy, Leanne, if you girls want to get together with Sharon and go there for a ladies trip, then that could be another option. So keep that in mind. I saw some people talking about a ladies cruise out there. So there you have it. The Klaykowski said Matthew and I have the same birthday. Are you serious, dude? John Klaykowski, your birthday is. Should we be giving birthdays out? Is that too much personal information? Oh, what the hell? He's just a kid. Anyway, John, that's pretty neat. If you and Matthew have the same birthday, it says a lot. MLB Destinations has 2 January birthdays in their house as well. Kate Kraut has a best friend with a birthday in January. January is just a good month for us to go out and cruise. So that is the scoop. What else do we? Oh, do you want to talk about this now? Come on, you can read that. Say it.
Oh, well, that's your thing.
That is my thing.
I don't know.
Is there anything you want to cover before I jump into my thing?
No, go ahead.
I know. I've just been talking so much. I feel like I haven't shut up since the show started. Are you okay with that? Are you guys okay?
You're wound up today.
I am really wound up today.
Well, yeah, we were talking. I don't know, maybe a couple months back about having a SAS Fantasy Football League with some of the creators out there. So Jamie's been working on that. That's going to be kind of his thing. He's putting that together. So he's kind of finalizing some of that. So I don't know what else. What else do you have to say about that?
Oh, I have a lot to say about that.
Well, tell the folks.
All right, guys. So listen, here's the deal. Okay, you're gonna if you've been around for a while, you already know, and if you're new to the channel, you're gonna find out the hard way. That in this house we love football. I love football. Matthew loves football. Sharon puts up with football. Do you love football? Is that safe?
I love football.
You're okay? We are all fans of the Los Angeles Chargers
I became a Chargers fan through you when we met.
Yes.
Before that, I didn't totally follow one team, but I had a couple favorites.
Yes.
But they weren't the Chargers. But
There
once we got together, the Chargers became my team.
Yeah. So and I've always played fantasy football, and there's a lot of other creators out there that seem to be football fans. So I thought it'd be fun to put together the SAS Creators Fantasy Football League. So I reached out to a bunch of creators and just to get a feel for who's interested. And a few folks said they couldn't do it. I mean, all the people that I talked to. So when I announced the people that are playing, I don't want to hear anything like, well, what about this person or what about that person? I mean, almost everybody out there that that I communicate with on any level, was talked to about it. And some people just don't have time. Some people aren't into it. And they don't want to do that. Or some people just aren't big football fans or enough football fans. So we started the league. We'll have our official SAS Creator Fantasy League football draft here coming up towards the end of the preseason. But we would like to thank and welcome the following teams to the SAS Creators League. Of course, we have the Sharon, Team Sharon at Sea is involved. We'd also like to welcome Griff and Alyssa and their team, the Paradise Crew Killer Mermaids. We also want to say hi to the Klaykowskis for their team, John Klaykowski's team, Zero Clucks Given. You can tell some people are familiar with the fantasy football with the names they choose. York Ragsdale, representing the Ship Show, will be Team The Ship Show. Roy Shows, and probably Amanda, actually, I don't know if Roy even knows much about football. Probably his wife Amanda's telling him how it goes. But Shows special features, the Mississippi Crushaholics. We've got Derek and Gregory from DNG Explorers will be the Dilly Dilly Explorers. Alana and Rafael Zingano from Alana Zingano's channel will be the Dallas Zinganos. We have Dave and Brandy's Excursions will be the DB Excursions team. We have Life with Favor. Now, Rob is the one I've talked to about this. I'm not sure how involved Favor. Rob, if you're out there, I think I saw you. Let me know. Is Favor, is she a ringer? Is there, am I in for trouble with this? Because Rob's involved, and I have a feeling that he may be calling the shots on his own, but maybe his lovely wife, Favor, is actually a ringer. They're going to be involved with Team Katie Dogs and the Hubner Hijinks on the High Seas. The Pittsburgh Hijinks team will be involved. We have 10 teams in the SAS League, and we will give you updates and tell you how the season's going, and who knows, maybe some live look-ins, and I don't know what other fun stuff we can do, but we want to thank those other creators for getting involved and jumping on the bandwagon with us, and we're just going to have a good old time. My dream would be to have a 1 week where we can all get together somewhere and just watch football and drink beer. I'm not sure if that'll play out, but you never know. Maybe we can put together like a multi-screen, multi-live call-in show where we're all just hanging out together.
That'd be fun. Have everyone.
That would be awesome. But thank you guys for that. We appreciate it, and we hope that if you guys have a favorite name in there, or there's creators that you enjoy watching, and we can talk about them and share information about each other and have a good time with that. So Thank you so much, everybody, for getting involved with that deal. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, Cindy's. Oh.
What?
Oh, I see Cindy. Well, no. You went
What?
all the
Nope.
way. You went way away. There was a question about the.
What?
Well, no, there were some questions about our Bermuda cruise, but you.
Okay, but
you
no, that's
totally
way
gone.
that's way back.
No, it was towards the end.
Are you
there.
sure?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Hi, see Cindy asked when the date was for our Bermuda cruise.
Oh, okay.
It's June 25th of 2020. It's a 4-day. It's a 4-day out of New York.
There you go. There you go. Look, see,
we had
some
to do
folks are feeling sorry for me.
to kind of go around the weekend. It leaves on like a Thursday and comes back, I think, I don't know if it's Sunday or Monday. But we did that for Jamie's work schedule so that it would be through the weekend.
There you go. Let's see. Let me jump back a little bit and catch up with some things. Yes, Huebner said Steeler Country's here. DNG Explorers looks like they are in the house. Hello, Derek and Gregory. Happy birthday, Gregory, from DNG Explorers, by the way. He had a big birthday the other day. So Tweety's here. Hillary, lovely to have the lovely So Tweety in the house. Great to have you here. Michael Ann will be on the Carnival Legend on his birthday, February 2020.
Perfect way to spend your birthday.
Awesome. Ashley R is in the house. Ashley R either said that she's from Ohio or she just simply said, oh. I'm not sure either one will work for us here. Slinky Angle King's in the house. Josh Odom is here. What's going on, everybody? Sean Villarreal is in the house. Sean, is it you guys, is it Paige, that you guys were talking about taking that first cruise and being a little concerned about excursions? Do you want to take an excursion from the ship or off the ship? If that was you, let me know in the chat and we can touch base on that for you. Kat Buckman is here. Growing up in South Jersey, my family's Eagles fans, husband's diehard Dallas fan. I found a Dallas shirt that says, I'm married into this. Kat, that can be very difficult.
Yeah, it's hard when you have different teams. Our daughter, she's a Chargers fan, of course, and her husband is a Packers fan, and they're from, his family's from Wisconsin, so they, but they kind of mesh it together, and, she wears both Packers and...
You're talking about Brittany?
Yeah.
But I can tell you that their beautiful son, Maxwell, the first football game he ever went to,
it was a Chargers game.
It was a Charger game, and no matter what happens, whether he becomes a diehard Packer fan like his papa, like his daddy, nothing will ever change that his first game was watching the Chargers. Although they got their butts kicked.
Yeah. Although we're thinking about going to the Packers-Chargers game this fall. We'll see if that happens with them.
And we have the Chargers at the Cardinals next Thursday night, August 8th. And we're looking to be there for a little preseason party action. And who knows, maybe we'll do something crazy like go live from there just for kicks.
Well, we won't be outside long because it's going to be like 110 degrees. So
I think people are loving the Klaykowski's football name, the fantasy team's name. I'm already seeing So Tweety is a fan of it. I love the name, Zero Clucks Given. Killer Mermaids and Zero Clucks Given. You're right. Listen, I mentioned there's a few folks, Dave and Brandy commented that they're not huge football fans, but they thought it'd be fun. So one of the fun things about fantasy football is having weird names and goofy names and sometimes borderline inappropriate names, and it's just kind of a fun thing. And so, well, we try to keep it a little bit clean. John, Klaykowski, he likes to just push it to the edge and pull it back again at the last minute. Ann Jordan said the ratings of the season will be amazing after the refurb.
Yeah, it's going to have a refurbishment.
Before we get on it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how many new things. I haven't really...
Spruce it up, baby.
Looked
Spruce it up for me.
that much to see what new things they may be adding to it. I really haven't had a chance to do that yet, but I did hear it was going to have a refurbishment.
Griffin Alyssa said killer mermaids are in the house, or maybe in the ocean, he said. I'm not sure. Andrew, I'm sorry. Listen, I will tell you this, guys. We thought long and hard about this. A lot of people would have loved to be part of this little league. And we really thought about maybe getting a few of the folks that follow us into it because it'd be so much fun. And then we thought that we knew we would piss some people off. Somebody somewhere would be very disappointed for not being in it. So that's why we said, let's just go with the creators. It worked out that we were able to find 10 folks that wanted to, 9 others besides us that wanted to be involved. So please don't be upset. Just embrace it, enjoy it, follow a team, and cheer them on. I know you said too
that it can only accommodate so many teams. So if we put it open to everyone, it wouldn't work.
There you go. Let's see. Casey is here. Catcher 402000. I do not watch or support the NFL anymore. I only watch college football now. Hey, that's all right. College is a good time. We hear you. We hear you. Maritza White said, when was the date for Australia?
January 27th, 2021.
There you go. Sue Archer said, in Oregon, we love our Ducks and Beavers as college ball shown on the cruise ships. I was bummed out. Sports bar on the Freedom refused to show the Olympics last year. You know, that's a bone of contention sometimes. You know, when, I don't know, if it's a Super Bowl, something of that magnitude, the cruise ships will show it. But sometimes just your average games, you may not see much. As a matter of fact, on, what was the cruise we went on where Matthew and I literally had my phone and we were watching the game? Was that the Dream? I was going over some old vlogs and I saw a clip of it.
That's the Dream of the Vista.
Where I've actually brought a phone onto the ship and watched football like on a Sunday when you get on the ship on my phone to catch the games before we left port. Sometimes you can get lucky and there's a sports bar with a couple different TVs that are showing football. And we've been able to enjoy some football on the cruise ship. I think it was a miracle that we watched that Charger game in the they had the sports bar right next to the Red Frog Pub, and that was awesome.
Yeah,
and the Chargers beat the Broncos' butt that day, so it was super cool. Jim and Annette, we will hope for your Colts as well. We love a little football talk. We won't go overboard, excuse the pun, but if you so if you're here for the cruising, we'll get back to it. Don't worry about it. We'll get back to it.
It's just a little
like
side,
to break away a little bit.
A side thing to kind of interact with some people and just have a little fun.
Rob from Life with Favor says, Favor will do very little, kind of like me and the vlogs. Rob, I know what you mean. Yeah. Rob and I are part of a support group, if you don't know already. Rob from Life with Favor. There's a group we're involved in called Spouse of a YouTube Sensation. Yeah. And we, it's tough being the eye candy, but it's something we have to do.
Yeah, well, we kind of have our things we do here too, and Jamie's become a lot more involved now. I mean, at first you weren't as involved, and now you do like a lot. But it's just kind of it gets to the point where sometimes it's just too much for one person, and I get caught up a lot of times with the travel part of it, that it kind of takes a little bit some of my time away from things, and so Jamie steps in and he takes a lot of the YouTube editing and social media and some of that stuff. He takes on a lot of that.
And anything that requires just a general loudmouth that won't shut up is the perfect thing for me. So I think you guys know that. RMPA said, Favor from MSC Seaside. I think if you're asking, then yes, that's the same. That's the same folks. Rob, I think you guys were on that Seaside, right? And you did a vlog on that. I think that's what he's talking about. Let's see. What else? Super Bowl Group Cruise 2021, Zero Clucks Given Cruise. That'll be awesome, dude. That would be amazing. Let's see. What else do we have? So many people are saying sorry, maybe next year. I wonder if they're talking about my Chargers. DNG said mine will be the first fantasy football team ever to have all Bills players. Don't be Bills homers out there, Derek. We talked about that. You got to mix it up a little bit. And Klekowski said DNG will win 0 games with that strategy. Sean, what about UFC fights? I'll tell you what, Sean, back in the day, when UFC first started, I used to hang out with guys and we'd all chip in together and watch the fights and stuff like that. But I just haven't gotten UFC into it. Maybe ever since, getting a little older, having a wife, having a kid, not able to have the guys over on a Saturday night or anything, we've gotten a little bit away from the UFC fights. The cruise ships are too busy showing cricket games. That's what Rob from Life with Favor said. Ronnie Gilbert, take care. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Let's see. What else? Dirty Bird Atlanta Falcons fan. That's Bill Leach. Zach Two Turnt is here. What's up, Zach Two Turnt? How you doing today? Z2T. Raymond Leach said, I've been on 2 Super Bowl cruises. It's amazing watching the game under the stars. That's got to be cool.
That would be.
Princess usually has football games in a lounge or a theater, has lots of appetizers and stuff, is what So Tweety said. Tweety, thanks for that information.
Oh, yeah.
I can picture that. It's a little bit of an older clientele. They're probably not so worried about driving huge alcohol-infused deck parties, and I could see them just doing something nice for folks that just want to sit around and watch some sports and stuff.
That would actually be nice. Sitting in there with some appetizers.
I might have to check that out. So, Tweety, can you put us together? We can hang with you. You can show us the ropes on how to maneuver a princess cruise.
I know. One of these days, we're going to have to get on Princess.
Yes. Hello, Kimberly Hopkins. Glad to have you here. Kay Kraut said, Melvin Gordon's my favorite player. Well, Kay, he better get his butt into camp, and this holdout's got to end. All right, we better get off the football. I see that we're dropping some folks here. People are dropping off. You can monitor that kind of stuff.
All right.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Any tips for Drummer Girl? How you doing? Any tips sailing the Carnival Sunshine, sailing her for Christmas, and worried about the crowds? Don't worry about crowds.
Well, it's a Christmas sailing is. I mean, it's going to be crowded. I mean, it's like that's one of the busiest times to cruise. That and summer, spring break. So there will be crowds. But there's always places you can go to get away from the crowds. You just gotta kind of get on there and find them. Mm-hmm. So there will.
Yeah, just don't do things at the traditional time. Like don't go to lunch at 11:30 to 12. You know, don't go to breakfast at 8 to 8:45. That's when everyone is there, and it seems like the ship is twice as crowded.
When you can have breakfast in the main dining room versus going to the buffet, that'll be a much better experience. The food's better, and it won't be as crowded. You know, so eat at kind of different times. You know, in different places like that.
Yes.
I don't know. Things like that. Just, I don't know if you're someone that hangs out by the pool. The pools, of course, will probably be crowded.
Go to the aft pool instead of the Lido deck, instead of the midship pool for a little extra room, little elbow room.
Yeah.
Stacy Boozing said, I found a Facebook group for my cruise next week. Never knew that existed. Thanks for the great tips.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't seen, Sharon put out, she rocked a couple weeks worth of tips recently, and I stepped in to cover for a few of them because she's been burning the candle at both ends, doing all this stuff, working the travel, and then picking up some shifts at work too. I hope you guys don't mind when I jump in and just throw a tip video out here, here and there and stuff like that.
We're thinking about kind of interchanging anyways, because that way people don't have to listen to my voice days in a row, your voice, you know, kind of just mix it up a little bit.
You saying people wouldn't want to listen to my voice day in and day out?
I don't know.
How dare you? How dare you? DNG. Oh, DNG, thanks so much. If you haven't already hit the like button, and like and subscribe to Sharon and Sea, we appreciate that very much. Listen, we got 240 people in the house watching. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys would be so kind, hit the thumbs up button. That's always awesome. And if you're on your phone, make sure all you have to do is just close out the chat, hit the thumbs up button, open the chat back up again, and you're right where you left off. So do that as well. Eleanor Blass asked a question, and I am not familiar with this. Zensis Park in Cozumel. Any tips or comments? Are you familiar with that? Or is that what you're...
No, I'm not really. We've never been there.
I'm not familiar with that. I've not heard of that before. I am so sorry, Eleanor. We're pretty familiar with a lot of places in Cozumel.
Oh, okay. X-Carat. It's X-Carat.
Oh, X-Carat?
Yeah,
okay.
Okay. I haven't heard of it.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. There's a ton of places we've been in Cozumel, have not been there.
Yeah, we have not been there, but I have heard good things about the X-Carat. So.
There you go. Michelle M., how you doing? Lovely to have you. Sarah Phillips said Princess Rocks. Cindy P's friend did a Princess Cruise, said she'll stick to Carnival. You know, it's two very different environments and two very different crowds. Yeah. And you know, I say try the different cruise line if you want to test the waters a little bit. But so Tweety, I think maybe you can confirm it. But I mean, listen, it's certainly a little bit of an older crowd. It's a little bit of a tone down. I'm sure there's plenty of guys and gals sitting around enjoying a scotch, chatting and that kind of thing. But I don't think you're going to run into any hairy men's hairy chest contests on the Lido deck on Princess.
Yeah, it's just a different experience. Although, you know, with Alaska, Alaska's going to be a little different experience no matter what cruise line you're on. Even when we went on a Carnival for our Alaska cruise, and it was an awesome time, but it was a lot different than our other Carnival cruises. You know, it wasn't quite the party, you know, it wasn't quite that same fun ship vibe. It was all about Alaska. So I think it's that way with all.
A little different type of deal.
Yeah.
Spikers Crazy Cruisers. Guys, it sounds like you got to run. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. And we'll send people over to go check out your channel. Lifetime Dolphins fan from Iowa. Going to the first game in Miami in December, the day before going to Navigator of the Seas. Dude, have a good time,
like
Isaac.
Fun.
That sounds like a blast, dude. Sounds like a blast. Oh, yeah, Rob just got off the Vista.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Rob, are you guys going to be putting out some vlogs here sometime soon? Tell the people what you're up to. By the way, guys, real quick.
That was a... Gosh, I wish we could have jumped on that if we had lived in Texas.
Very jealous, very jealous.
Yeah,
hey, I'm seeing a lot of creators out there. If you guys want to take a minute and pop in there that you are a creator so folks can check out your channel, please take a moment in the chat, right? Let's start right now and put down that you're a creator if you want to invite anybody to check out your channel. And if you don't know, folks, you can just hit the 3 dots to the right of their name there at the end of their sentence that they put, and that'll allow you to go check out their channel. Of course, do it, later. Maybe a little bit later, once we wrap up here. That's all I'm going to say.
Charles Hudson, Princess Cruise Lines puts NFL games on their outdoor screen. Oops. Oh, there we go. You moved the screen as I'm reading this.
Sorry.
Last cruise they had football 3 days and nights. Wow. You would be in heaven with that.
Wow. Read that comment from Stacy right there. Stacy Boozing. That's an amazing comment.
Oh, just wanted to thank
you. You have to read it out loud.
I know. I was just looking. Just wanted to thank you for the tip videos. I signed up for Skyscanner per your recommendations and was notified my flight went from $682 per person round trip from New Jersey to Miami to $262 per person round trip. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, Stacy, that is amazing. Congratulations. That is a great savings.
Skyscanner that's like my number one go-to place for,
yes.
You just gotta, don't wait till always the last minute, put the sign up so you'll get alerted and give yourself some time so you can wait for a good deal to come up.
Yeah. And DNG Explorers, I see your comment. Who are you kidding? Where's the bar? Please, you know where the bar is. We know how you guys roll dilly-dilly over there. You know anything about cruising with dialysis? My husband had a stroke in January, does dialysis, would love some info. I heard Royal does some.
They do, I believe. I don't know a lot about it, but I believe Royal does, and I'm trying to remember. There's another cruise line that does.
Mm-hmm.
And also it depends on what type of dialysis, too. But I believe Royal does do it.
Wow, it sounds like you could start do a whole video about that kind of stuff, huh?
Yeah, that would be a good topic for people that.
I might have just came up with a new tip video idea. We'll see what happens.
Maybe.
Yeah, Maritza, I don't know. I mean, can Maritza reach out if
Yeah, I can definitely, if you send me an email, I can definitely find out all the information for you.
Maritza, shoot an email.
Which cruise lines do it and what type and how it actually works,
Yeah, contact sharonatsea@gmail.com and just say who you are and what we talked about here in the live show. Shoot an email and we can get some research going and see if we can't get all those questions answered for you. And and we sure hope your husband's feeling better.
Yeah, I know they do it at sea, and I think Royal is one of the ones from what I remember. I just don't remember all the details. So
that's right. Tony T, go Chargers! What's going on, buddy? James Hester in the house. Glad to have you here. Let's see what else. Griffin and Alyssa have to dip out a little early. Want to say hi. Killer mermaids aren't cruising for a while. Crossing fingers. Good night, SAS. Griff and Alyssa. Good night.
Good night.
And lovely to see you guys. Thanks so much for being here. Let's see. Trevor said, nope, there's just too many UFCs now. Going back to that. Sean B. Rao said, I meant on the cruise ships. LOL. Sorry. Oh, hold on. I might have missed his other comment. I had to jump ahead a little bit. Let me just see if I see something from Sean.
There.
What about UFC fights? Oh, and then he said, what about on the cruise ships? I mean, no, I haven't
seen them.
I've never seen one, Sean, on the cruise ship. Although, I mean, if it's a fight night and there's not a lot of other sports going on, maybe you catch it depending on where you are. I mean, if you're sailing out of the East Coast and let's say they got something in Vegas, the time difference might have, if it starts at 7 or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in Vegas, you might catch it at like 11 o'clock, on the ship if they have a local, sports feed or something like that. So that is an option there to check out. Let me catch up again. I'm jumping to the bottom of the chat. Okay, there we got some creators. CPAP machine supplies as well. Sounds like cruising into retirement. Might want to know about that kind of stuff. I think CPAPs are usually bringing all your own gear.
Well, yeah, you bring your own on. Most you can pre-purchase the water if you have a machine that takes the water. I know some do and some don't.
Yeah.
That is something you can pre-purchase the distilled water through the fun shops or shops online. You can certainly bring your own on as well if you prefer. But it's usually pretty. I think for like a gallon of water, most of the cruise lines for that. It's like maybe $3-4.
Cruising into retirement said they've seen the water for free.
Yeah, some will also
and you can bring your own
for free
if you're particular about something. You can bring your own, and they'll allow you to bring extra water if it's for a medical reason.
Yeah, as long as it's not opened or anything. Yeah.
For sure. Excellent, boy, excellent. And we are covering a lot. We have gone from fantasy football to talking about great things that cruise ships offer for medical needs in one live show. I don't know you're going to get that anywhere else.
Cruising into retirement. This sounds like something I want to. Oh, wait, by the way, go back up. Something about Ireland. He's packing. They're packing. Where? Packing for Ireland and Scotland in 14 days.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That is amazing.
That is amazing. That Ireland is another kind of thing on our list. We were actually talking about that last weekend with some of our friends.
Yeah.
We were talking about a possible land vacation to Ireland.
And then I reminded Sharon that we don't do land vacations.
But we may consider it.
Yes.
If we can fit it in.
Cruise ships. Tommy said the cruise ships TVs always seem to have the ESPN Caribbean channel. You do get some other channels out there, so maybe you score, you get lucky and catch a little something that you want to see. Mrs. Davis D, hello from Indiana. Just found your pre-cruise hotel videos. Excellent. Thank you so much. Andrew Cabate is here. What's going on, Andrew? LJS Vacations is in the house. Lots of folks talking about that they're creators, guys. Thanks for sharing that information. We always appreciate that. What was our favorite thing about the inspiration from Midlife Crazy? Hey, Midlife Crazy. I'm sorry, I think you asked that earlier, and I apologize that we missed it.
My favorite thing.
What's your favorite thing?
Well, one of my favorite things is just being able to really feel like you're out at sea because it is a smaller ship and it has that feeling. You can just see the ocean and be right there. And also that, and then also if you just have to pick something that we liked inside is probably the Alchemy Bar. We hung out there a lot more on that cruise than we probably have in the past, and we really enjoyed just hanging out there.
There you go. Let's see. Oh, am I supposed to answer that question too? My favorite thing about the inspiration, I don't know. I mean, listen, it's an older ship, right? So it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. I don't know if there's one thing that just stands out, but I'm always a fan of the atrium lobby bar area that goes up with all the ledges you can look over and stuff like that. And the cruise director was fun, and they did a lot of each night. They did some fun stuff and some parties in there, and it was just kind of a good time and a good vibe, and we really enjoyed that. They had there was a duo on there, a gal and a guy playing guitar and singing, and they were really good. I really enjoyed them, and so those were a couple things I really liked doing that. Raymond Lee said, don't bother bringing a cord or the water for the sleep machine on Royal Caribbean. They are both complimentary. Very good to know. Kathy Drew, that's our connection right there. Kathy Drew, good day from Brisbane, Australia. Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Can you send us your address? We're going to need to know your address. We're coming there. We're coming to Brisbane. We announced it earlier. If you just got here,
gosh.
I think you might have just got to the live. We're coming there. When? January when?
2021.
January 2021.
So,
you
no
got some
rush on
time
that.
to tidy up for me. Just get the place ready. Maybe stock the fridge.
Oh my gosh.
But we're coming to your place. A lot of folks are talking about where they had NFL games and football games on the Oasis and stuff like that. Jeffrey Pooler said Inspiration's a good old-fashioned ship and has some newer venues.
Yeah.
Guy's Burger. I enjoyed the Guy's Burger as well.
Yeah,
that was awesome. That was awesome.
I always loved the Guy's Burger.
Yes, Duke of Cool said my favorite thing about the Inspiration is that someday soon it will be replaced. Been on it 5 or 6 times. Yeah, I mean 5 or 6 times back to back can get a little bit worn out, I can imagine, on that bad boy.
Yeah, we hadn't been on it for a few years, so it was kind of it was nice to go on.
Ashley, I am sorry, I don't know the name. I want to say his name was Brian, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me see if I can do a little research and see what we can do.
I can post it somewhere because I have it on our the Fun Times.
Yes.
But I don't have them right here, so I can look it up for you.
Charles Hahn has something. You got a few minutes here. It's 7 o'clock. We've been doing this an hour. We only have 2 hours left of the live show. Did you catch what I just said?
Oh, yeah.
I just said,
what?
We've been doing this an hour. We only have 2 hours left. It went right over your head.
Oh, my God.
That just
It
proves
did
that Sharon
go- it
doesn't
did go
listen
over
to
my
me at all.
head. I was trying to read the chat.
Great question from Charles. Let's hit that. Let's address that really quick. Charles, thank you so much. Let me set this up, and then
I wish I would have.
People.
I forgot I was gonna go and look at some of the prices that I had, and I don't. I'll just have to go by memory, which
So on,
I don't remember a lot of the prices right now, but I
if you
do have
watched,
some of them written down.
If you watch our inspiration vlog, you saw us go into a local pharmacy in Ensenada, Mexico, and Sharon will go there and get antibiotics. And it's not uncommon for us to do that. and we'll just load up on some. So around the house, if we get anything that needs a little antibiotics, instead of going to the doctor,
I mean,
we have something we need.
We do go to the doctor if we need to, but sometimes
but
you get like just a bad, like, I don't know, respiratory infection, you think, and you just think you need some antibiotics, or
when your wife's a nurse, I mean, you get a little heads up on that stuff.
You get a toothache, or you get I don't know, just things that you may know what it is, and you need antibiotics. You can purchase them for a lot cheaper in Mexico and just kind of have them on hand. We do that. I mean, we don't take them all the time or anything, but we have them on hand.
If you need it in a pinch.
And then, if it's something more than that, we obviously go to the doctor. But
so how do you know if it's legitimate?
Well, one thing to know up front is it's good to know the brand name and the generic name, because they're in Mexico, but it will have the like the generic and brand name on there, as well as the Mexican, I guess, name. So it's good to kind of know your names of your medications and things, for one thing. Now, as far as what's in it, there's really no way of knowing. You just have to, I guess, kind of take their word. I mean, really. We've never had any bad luck or anything wrong. I've had antibiotics that I could probably know that they did work, so I know they were the real thing. But we don't purchase a lot of, we purchase just general stuff. Like we'll purchase amoxicillin, Augmentin, some things like that you may use for things. We don't purchase, like, I mean, you can buy all kinds of things there, but we don't really purchase all that stuff. So,
well, I mean, listen, to validate, first off,
thing is
you're starting with the packaging, right? I mean, if it's some kind of fake stuff and stuff that doesn't have any legitimacy, it's going to be some really crappy packaging. I mean, I'm not going to buy a white box that just has a printed word of what it is on it.
Sometimes it depends. Sometimes you can tell a little bit with the smell, because if you're used to smelling, some antibiotics have a distinct smell to them. So if that smell, you're used to it, you can kind of smell them and think, okay, yeah, this is probably it, because, things like that. There's, but they are a lot cheaper. And then, if you don't want to take the time, sometimes people just don't have the time to go to the doctor. They can't get off work and get to the doctor, and, they just need something to kind of help them get rid of something and go on about their business. So,
yes.
It's kind of a personal choice. We buy some there. We have them on hand. Like I said, we don't use them all the time. When they expire, we toss them, and but they are cheap, so we usually will pick some up when we're in Mexico.
So give an example. So you're paying like what for like a thing of 50? How much?
They're different price in different places. The best place to get them is the Western Caribbean or Mexico. We've purchased them in Mexico before, in Cozumel, Ensenada. We've purchased them in Belize and Roatan. Belize, if I remember right, Belize I think was the most expensive, Roatan next, and then they're the cheapest in Cozumel or Ensenada in Mexico. Mm-hmm. You can get a bottle of, I think, 60 for...
60 of what?
60 capsules of like amoxicillin per se, for like, I think it was 60 or was it 100? I think it was 60 for like $10.
So $10 for like a thing of somewhere between 60 and 100.
Then you can get like 100 for like $14 or something. So.
And what would be the price here in the States for like 60?
I don't know really off the top of my head.
Would it be a buck a capsule?
Well, no. But the thing is, amoxicillin is pretty cheap anyways. But we always use our insurance, so we only pay like $5.
All right, listen, you're going give them just something quick, okay?
Yeah, I don't know what the real price is, because we always use our insurance if we get antibiotics here.
All right, so if you're comparing against insurance, what are you going to save? $15-20?
Well, you're going to save your doctor's visit, or driving there, the hassle, all that.
And then you get them pretty inexpensive. Yeah. And if it's just strictly, and if you don't have insurance, let's say, or a good insurance plan that saves you money, you can save a good chunk of change on the antibiotics.
Some people don't have insurance, so if they have to go to the doctor, they have to pay full price to go, and it can be pricey. So.
There you go. And somebody asked about meds that are prescribed. If you're asking about if you can take the meds that are prescribed on the ship, you can. But if you're asking about can you get prescriptions filled, you're not
You can get them filled.
That's going to be tough.
But I've never done that, so.
Yes.
But you can.
I mean, it's one thing to buy a prepackaged item off the shelf in Mexico. It's another to trust the dude in the back who's mixing and matching stuff to create a prescription for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be as trusting of that.
I mean, I know you can do that. They will fill prescriptions, but personally, I've never done it, and I probably wouldn't do it.
Yes.
But you can do it.
Kathy, we're not cruising there. We are leaving from a cruise there. We are going to be leaving from Brisbane, Australia, on a cruise in late January 2021. So, holla.
Yeah, we're going to fly in a couple days ahead so we can spend a couple days there.
Yes, we're going to have a good time. A good time. Us with Kathy, Drew. Rob said, Jamie and Sharon, Vegas road trip. Well, first off, okay. And
are you going to Vegas?
Yeah, are you guys making a Vegas run? Or are you? Or
Let
maybe
us
talking
know,
about a fantasy football get together in Vegas. That would be amazing. Sheila Bossiger said in Cozumel I got a 60 amoxicillin for $21.
Okay,
that's good stuff. Yeah, you're right, Slinky. Ear infections, small stuff, Jeffrey. You're absolutely right.
Just stuff that you kind of know, and sometimes you just don't want the hassle of having to. Like our doctor is actually. About 45 minutes away from our house. So if we make an appointment, it just takes a good chunk of time out of our day.
You got to take a day off work. It's a drag.
So.
It is a drag. Let me see. Someone just made a comment about some stuff. Raymond Lee's going on Symphony on Royal for 50th anniversary, November 2. Congratulations, man. That will be amazing. That will be amazing. Jeffrey Pooler said, bring a pill book. My wife has one. That's a great example. You can look at the pills and see if they're legit.
And that's another thing is you can look and see what they look like. There's pictures, you can pull it up online or whatever if you have the internet.
Crazy Cat Traveler said, how does using an online travel agent like Sharon work? Curious about logistics as I've only ever used AAA. Well, Crazy Cat, I can say that simply. You pick up the phone, you call Sharon, you tell her where you want to cruise. She gets it all locked down for you, and then anything you need until the day you cruise, you can text her or call her directly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm online, but I'm not technically online.
Yes.
I book people, and then I forward the confirmation directly from the cruise line to them. I don't make up separate things. I don't handle the money. I put the money right into the travel agent site on the cruise line. So everything's directly done through me to the cruise line. And sometimes you can get little bonuses along the way. But if you're getting a great deal from AAA, if they're giving you some kind of deal or something, then that might be the better option. It really depends on what you're getting.
Klaykowski said, "Can you get retinol A?" Retin A.
I
think I took that one.
Stop.
What?
Oh my God.
I think I took that for.
Oh God. Yeah, I think I did see that there.
I use that for a rash. John, is that for a rash that you have, Sarah?
Yeah, I think I did see that behind the counter there.
It'll stop.
But I don't know how much or anything like that.
Let's see. Sheila said, we've been using it this week. The whole family's sick. Dave and Brandy, great pro tip. Don't buy Dayquil from the store on the ship. Go to the infirmary and get the medicine there. Stronger and much cheaper.
Yeah.
Excellent tip. Excellent. David Kramer's here. What's going on, David? Glad to have you, buddy. Linda Lou is in the house. Hello, Linda. Sheila said, I was robbed. 60 paid 21.
Well, you know what? When we went to Cozumel, it was more to Ensenada was probably the cheapest that we've seen.
There you go. Let's see, what else? Just Me Taxi Lockwood. I know you're asking a couple questions. I'm not that sure about so much of all the different medications and stuff like that. I would say purchasing something, you might have a good way, but I wouldn't get any. I would get something that might help you, like for an infection, like antibiotic. Yeah. But if it's something a little more serious, I would definitely plan ahead for that.
They do sell antidepressants. I mean, I've seen them behind the counter there. But yeah, it's a personal thing whether you want to purchase those there.
Trevor said rum fixes a lot of stuff. Tweety, no, there's no issues getting back through customs because, remember that stuff's not illegal. It's not illegal to have the antibiotics.
Yeah.
In the States, you need a prescription. There, you don't, and that's really the only difference.
They just put them in a bag, and you toss them in your backpack or your bag with all your everything else you're shopping, and you run it through the scanner, and no problem, it goes right back on the ship.
Yeah,
We've done it several times. Not even a question asked.
Yes, and usually we'll have it in, I don't know, I mean, sometimes we'll have it in a carry-on, sometimes it'll be in the main luggage, so either way, it's not an
Oh,
issue.
wait, I thought they were talking about purchasing.
No, is there any
the
issue
port.
getting it back through customs?
Oh, when you get home?
Yeah, through customs.
Oh, yeah, you don't run your luggage through I mean, you don't run your luggage through a scanner when you get back
Yeah, but
home.
that doesn't matter. They're not illegal to have, so it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if you have a suitcase full of 95 or 100 bottles
Whole
of it,
suitcase
so
full of
Tweety. I mean, if you're trying to get a side business going, that could be an issue for you. But if you have one or two little things of 100 pills, it's not going to be an issue for you.
Yeah.
Anything good to do in Isla Rattan you recommend doing from Casey Wright?
Well, we
What do you
love that part. We love Little French Key. That is an awesome place if you're just looking to relax in a little piece of paradise. Also, we've taken tours with Real Deal Roatan Tours. Johan, the owner, is amazing. They will take you. They will customize your tour, or they have some tours as well. Very reasonably priced. Probably one of the most reasonably priced on the island. We have also, what else have we done in the past? We have taken a tour with Victor Bodden. We had a great experience. We went ziplining with him.
Awesome.
He took us to his house and we played with the monkeys and all that. That was a lot of fun.
Kind of stuff.
Let's see, what else have we done there? We've gone to West.
I think you gave a pretty good list right there, babe.
We've just sightseed.
Sightseed?
Sightseed.
We did some
we went
sightseeing.
sightseeing.
Have you ever just gone to a local grocery store just to check things out in a port? I don't know if we've gone to a local grocery store. What's funny, Raymond, is a lot of times in the port, things aren't that local.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to a port and you see like a CVS or something like that. I mean, it's crazy what you'll find there.
Yeah. Although, where was it? Was it Puerto Vallarta that had the...
There's a Walmart in Puerto Vallarta, right at the port. So, things aren't that as exotic. You may have to leave town to get someplace. But yeah, we love to go into local shops and stuff like that and
the
check
only
things
port
out.
I remember was a grocery store, but it was years ago, and it was a land vacation, was Hawaii, and things are so expensive there. But yeah.
David Kramer said, "What's your favorite Carnival ship, Sharon?" Come on, you've already answered it.
Well,
I don't know what you're thinking about.
The Breeze has always been our favorite, but the Horizon is just right up there. It's like so close. It's hard to decide.
And since we're going on the Horizon again, October 13th, that could push Horizon over the edge because I think it's going to be an amazing trip.
I know people. I think people probably expected us to say Symphony of the Seas now.
Yes.
But
Symphony of the Seas was an amazing ship with so much to offer. But if you're going to ask a favorite ship, I think we're still going to stick with our experience on the Breeze and the Breeze
the Symphony
itself.
had our favorite entertainment, but just overall the whole ship experience, everything, the Breeze and the Horizon.
Well, here's the key. Symphony of the Seas was, it's a mega cruise ship. But when I'm thinking of a cruise ship, the Symphony of the Seas is almost more than a cruise ship.
Well, if you took out that entertainment on Symphony, if we could just take the entertainment away from it all, and if I had a choice, would I rather go on the Horizon or the Symphony? I would hands down pick the Horizon over the Symphony if it wasn't for the entertainment.
That's a very strong thing.
But that entertainment is what really throws a wrench in it because it is so good on the Symphony. It's hard. It's a hard decision.
That is a tough decision. It is tough. I mean, you put me on a cruise ship, I'm going to have a good time. We went from Symphony of the Seas to the Inspiration and still had a blast on Inspiration. So,
and part of it, a big part of it is just the interaction and the staff and the fun and the feeling and and how people interact with you.
Yes. Rob from Life and Favor says, yes, fantasy football weekend in Vegas. Just let us know. We can go to Pizza Rock.
Wow.
Rob, you better watch out because you start throwing that kind of stuff out here with Glakowski on the screen, here and stuff. Things can come together quickly, and that could escalate in a hurry, my friend. That could escalate. Sheila said, use Sharon, crazy cat. AAA does nothing. That's what she said. I'm sure AAA is nice, folks, but yes.
I'm assuming you might get
right.
I know AAA, like when you use it for other things, you get like a 5% discount or something, maybe 10, something like that.
Yeah. Would you ever get on a Princess Cruise? Sure we would, but maybe once Matthew's not around anymore. I don't think Matthew, our 14-year-old son, would have a blast.
Well, we would probably go on it with him, I think. But yeah, it wouldn't.
He might be bored.
I think the younger kids might have a better time on there. It doesn't seem like maybe a great cruise ship for the teenage crowd. Maybe the younger kids might.
There you go. Great advice from High Seas Cindy. That's what I love about these guys. They cut to the chase. Before a cruise, remove half of the clothes in your suitcase. Double the cash, buy extra meds, sunblock, hat, sunglasses, and a plastic bottle. Boom. Keep it simple. Nurse Nancy said, group cruise paid in full.
Oh,
Thanks, Sharon.
Yep, it is.
That is the next. So the next thing coming up for us, if we can talk cruising, October 13th, the Sharon at Sea group cruise. Are there cabins left, or is that thing sold out?
Well, there's no more group rates, but people, if anyone wants to book in, well, only for another couple days at Early Saver. Otherwise, after tomorrow, if anyone books, they have to pay the full amount at the time of booking, because tomorrow is final payment day.
Yes. So, but if you want to get in on it, on the Carnival Horizon,
a few cabins left, not many. Like maybe like 1 or 2 left for 2 people on a balcony, maybe 1 or 2 left for an ocean view. There's hardly any left, but
you're getting down to the nitty gritty. Yeah. That is faux show. Marky Mark said, do you think it's too much to use motion sickness band and pills at the same time? Wow, Mark. I don't know, dude.
Well, it depends on what band. Are you talking about just the little, they look like the little sweat type bands, the seasickness bands, or the ones that actually kind of give you the little shock there? If you're just thinking of the little, those little bands you wear that look like little, almost like little hair ties or something, those, and seasickness pills, both are fine too.
Klaykowski said yes, he has lip hemorrhoids. I'm sorry, John. I didn't mean to bring that out, but listen, we all have issues. Maybe you're kissing too much ass. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my gosh.
Beauty Bachelor, what's going on? Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. I don't think I'd take amoxicillin without a doctor's prescription. That's what Raymond Lee said. Raymond, I hear you. Don't get us wrong, but Sharon, being a nurse, is pretty familiar with the appropriate application of different types of antibiotics.
Well, and I'm not promoting people taking any kind of
medicine. We're following up on our inspiration blog.
We're just telling you what we do.
From Ensenada, we went into the pharmacy and there was video of it, and I made a comment on there saying I'll see if I can't get Sharon to talk a little bit about going in and what you're looking for, and is there a way to keep things, make sure things are legitimate and stuff like that. And we never were able to follow up. So Charles asked a question earlier about the follow-up on that, so that's kind of why it came up. So yes, for the record, we don't recommend just going to buy your medication in Mexico, but if you're there and you come across something legitimate and cheap, then if you can take advantage of it safely or semi-safely, then we say do it. Let's see, what else? Spiker's Crazy Cruise is still here. Taking our little guys 9 and 7 on the first cruise in January. It's a Christmas present, so excited. Not sure how it goes with the club. Like, how do they contact you in case they need you? For the 9 and 7-year-olds?
Well, the 6, what cruise line is it? If it's, most of them segregate them to like 6 to 8 and then 9 to 11. The 9 to 11-year-olds can check themselves in and out on their own if you allow them to do so. Otherwise, they have to stay there until you come back and sign them out.
Yes.
They will contact you. The 7-year-old, they may give you a phone to contact you. It depends. They usually give them to the younger, like 2 to 5-year-old parents, but sometimes they'll give you one, and they can contact you by this little kind of cell phone thing they give you. Otherwise, it's just a matter of checking on them. If anything really bad happens, they'll announce something over the PA, and they'll try to find you. They'll call your cabin, things like that. But just, I would say the first time, go there, let them stay an hour or two, kind of just peek your head back in there and say, hey, everything going good? You want to stay longer? And just do that a couple times and get a little routine going down with them. So, you know what's going on, make sure they like it. A lot of times you'll find that the kids don't even want to leave. They don't even want you to come back. They just want to stay there. Yeah. So it really depends on the kid.
For sure. And at that age, they might make, I don't know, if they're outgoing, they might make friends pretty quickly and just have a good time. And don't let that, what Sharon said, throw you. After 9 years and older, they are allowed, with the parents' permission, to sign themselves out of camp and leave.
And if it's
go to camp on their own.
If it's a first cruise, I would kind of advise against that.
Yeah, let them get used to that, because they're not even going to be used to the cruise ship at that point and how to get around without getting lost and stuff like that. Yeah. So just keep them in there. Don't let them sign themselves out, and you'll be fine. and don't worry, but make sure, Spikers, that make sure that they go the very first night.
Yeah.
Get them involved in whatever first night get together there is at the kids club, because you know how cliques are with kids, and if they come late to the party, it'll be hard to mesh and blend in. If they go there the first night where all the kids are awkward, not knowing each other, then they have an equal chance to make some buddies. But you know, after night number one, a couple kids, you know, form a little group, and then it's always hard to get into those groups after
and
that.
I don't know what, like I said, what cruise line, but some of the cruise lines on some of the ships, the 6 to 8 and 9 to 11-year-olds are kind of in, they have their separate areas, but they're in one big room segregated. So it's like they can see each other too. So it's not like they couldn't see their sibling.
Yeah.
It really depends on the ship.
Sheila said, "I'm going to buy a suitcase full of Viagra." Sheila, you maybe she might be making fun because the big sign at the pharmacy promotes that they had Viagra there.
Oh yeah.
And so I had to tell people, don't, you know, keep your comments to yourself.
Oh, that's fine.
And well, dang, ruined my plan, said So Tweety. Sorry, So Tweety, you can't start that pharmaceutical business on the side. Let's see. Linda Lou said they're now not letting you get certain types of medication. Well, I'm not sure what the restrictions are, but we've never even had anyone bat an eye to having anything on the way home.
Oh, way home, or are you talking about purchasing?
Well, I don't know. I'm assuming that Linda's talking about that. So,
well, I think she means maybe buy certain things in the port. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that she's talking about, you know, cruising and medication. But whatever the case is, did you get to Cuba before they locked it down again? No, we did not. Robert, we weren't. Cuba was not on our list of places to go, so we weren't, you know, we were a little indifferent to it, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say. Pilot Kittis from the Garden State, what's up, buddy? Hello, thanks for joining us from your lovely home state, and my home state, originally, of New Jersey. See, I knew that. Shannon Rooks is in here. What's up, Shannon? Glad to have you. Wanted to check out the slots in Roatan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'll be a good time.
Yeah, a lot of people love that as well. We
Yeah.
haven't done the swaths, but a lot of people really enjoy that.
Linda Lou said no kind of pain meds or anti-anxiety meds. Yeah, that's good. I mean, Linda Lou, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to go down and buy, over-the-counter pain meds and oxycodone. I mean, that's just, that's trouble. You're asking for trouble, and there I think you're making a bad decision.
Yeah.
We're talking about antibiotics.
Yeah, the only thing we purchase is antibiotics. So.
Yes. Let's see. Serious question: does an all-inclusive pass to Mr. Sancho's include drinks and food for $55?
It sure does. All you can eat and drink.
It does,
for the
man.
day.
If you ever get out there to Cozumel, you definitely should check that out. It'll be a great time.
Yeah. In fact, the first time we went there, I remember as soon as we arrived, they came up wanting to give us drinks, and I wanted a margarita, and they brought me one. I had asked for another. They brought me like 3. I'm like sitting here holding 3. Like, they keep those drinks flowing, and when you leave there, well, have a plan because so you can make it back to the ship.
Secret Life of Alex and Sugar, love your top.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. Did I get you that? Did I pick that top out?
No.
Okay, never mind. Keto Kim, hello to everyone. I have a question. Do any of you have issues with family or friends making comments to you about when you go on a cruise and the money you spend on cruising? And do you have any advice? Yeah, Kim, I have some advice. You tell them to shut up, get out of your face, and that you worked hard to earn to go on that cruise and to leave you alone.
Yeah.
That's what we tell them.
Yeah. No, not really, but everyone has their opinions, and people spend money in different ways. Some people will go out to dinner all the time. Maybe they go to theme parks, they go to land vacations, or they just have a lot of hobbies they spend money on. Maybe things they do, crafting or this or that. People have their own ideas, their own things that interest them to spend money on. Cruising is just what we like to spend money on, and maybe some of you, and
and tell them say, hey, it's none of you, and they'll be like, none of you. Go, yeah, none of your business.
Yeah. Our thought is, or mine is, you only live once, and you should do as much as you can while you're alive.
God, those are words. Let me write that down.
So.
Sharon said, I only live once.
And.
Hold on, I think I can use this for a lot of different things. Guys trip to Vegas. deep sea fishing off of the coast of somewhere. Sharon, you remember that time you said we only live once, do what you can?
Yeah.
I didn't name it yet. It says I'm going on the horizon in a couple weeks and we still didn't book excursions. Please help. What should we do? Going to Cozumel, Ocho Rios, Grand Caymans.
That's where we're going on the group cruise. Okay, so
Quickly, You gotta
Grand
lock this
Cayman,
up.
if you like the beach, 7 Mile Beach is a great place to go. You can grab a little shuttle taxi there for
a few
Last
dollars.
time we were there, it was like $2 or $4 a person or something. Another thing is they have we're going to actually go see some awesome caves there when we go. There's the stingrays is another good thing to do there.
Okay, next
Ocho
one.
Rios. Oh gosh.
We'll put a timer out here for
There's
you.
Dunn's River Falls is a great thing. Blue Hole. Those are great things if you like the water.
Spend the day at a resort and just relax.
We're actually going to go to get a day pass at a resort there and just lay by this huge, amazing pool.
Chill.
We found that on Shore Excursioneer for a day pass for that.
Shoreexcursioneer.com.
Yeah, that's a great place to
2
go.
E's, Excursioneer. And
Cozumel, any beach clubs, swim with dolphins, Jeep rides, ATV rides, like they have it all. So.
And if you're concerned about booking through the cruise or not, the Cozumel will be the simplest, easiest place to go and do your own thing outside of the cruise ships. When you get off the ship
just
there,
walk out there. There's a taxi stand.
Yeah.
There's a list of the prices
Prices are
for
set.
how many people are going, whether it's 2 to 4, 2 to 6, or something. It'll give you a price. Like if you say you're going to Mr. Sancho's Paradise Beach, it'll say right there what they're going to charge you. So there should be no issues with them overcharging you.
And unless you go way off the beaten path, there will be plenty of taxis to get you back to the ship on time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yes, Jeffrey said Princess Cruise is great, but you're right about Matthew. You are right.
Yeah.
Raymond said an experienced cruiser will enjoy any ship. Excellent point, Raymond
Yeah.
Leach. Smartest thing said tonight on the chat.
We like all the ships for different reasons. You know, we get on with a whole different mindset and just what we're going to do. And
That's right. I saw High Sea Cindy said something about looking forward to the Cove. Are you guys in a cove on the group cruise? And if you are, will you invite me there? Because I want to see what it's like to be in a cove balcony. Because I've wanted to try it and I haven't done it yet. And I'd really like to see what it's like on a sea day and how close you really are to the water.
Yeah, we haven't done a cove yet, so.
That'd be awesome. Big Paps in the house. What's up? Nathan Campbell. Hello. On Royal, if you have a deluxe drink package, can you use it before getting your C card at your room? Yes.
Yeah.
You will be, because you'll have
Your boarding pass.
Your boarding pass will get you what you need, because that's your ID and that's how you get drinks and things like that prior to actually getting to your room
like,
to get your
if I
C
remember
pass.
right, there's a little barcode kind of a thing on it, and that's what they scan instead of your card.
And it'll match up, with your face, and it knows it's you. So that's the biggest concern everyone had when cruise lines started leaving the sea passes or sailing sign cards at the cabin, like in the mailbox or stuck in the cabin door. People are like, oh my God, somebody's going to take my card and use it. But every time they run the card, they have facial recognition. They see your picture of you to verify that
That's
it's you.
why,
So it's no concern.
Not when I've purchased things before, but when you're getting on and off the ship, there's been times where we're getting off the ship and we've had our sunglasses on, and they've asked us to lift up our sunglasses because they're looking at the picture and they want to make sure that it matches.
Win 183672. They don't wait. They don't wait. If you are not back to the cruise ship, they're going to take off. How long will the ship wait for passengers at port? But here's the deal.
If you book through the cruise line, your excursion, they will wait for you. If not, they'll call you a couple of times and then they'll go to your room. If they see anything they'll open up your safe. If you have a passport or anything in your safe that they think you're going to need, they will leave that with a port agent, and then the ship will leave.
If you want to know all the details on what happens if you miss your ship, check out the videos from like a week ago or so on Sharon at Sea, and Sharon did a great tip video about that exact topic. But as far as this, if you're booked through a cruise ship excursion and you're 50 miles away and the bus gets a flat tire, they will call the ship and the ship will wait for the people to come back, barring anything crazy. They will wait for you and delay the ship. But if you're on your own and you're drunk, you're out of luck. That ship's taking off.
I mean, you know, there's a chance the ship may take off 15, 20 minutes later than usual if all of a sudden, you know, it takes a little time as they're calling some names of people that maybe aren't back on board, maybe while they go to their rooms to see if they're in their cabin. Whatever the case is, it may just hold the ship up a little bit, maybe 30 minutes or so, but after that, it's going to take off.
There you go. Clay Kelsey said, that is great advice about the kids. I'm going to tell Stella. Yeah, I don't know how old Stella will be in 2020 on that group cruise, because I don't think John's been on. I think that'll be his first Carnival cruise. Will be the La Lido Loca Sharon and Jamie group cruise 2020. But yeah, Stella will have a blast and I'm sure she's already been to the Royal Caribbean stuff, but she'll have a good time on Carnival too. That is for sure. Ship will wait as long as possible if you book an excursion through the cruise line. They will not leave you. You are right, but they will leave you if you are not on a cruise ship excursion.
Yeah, so just do your research when you book outside the cruise line and book with someone that guarantees they'll get you back.
Trevor Glockler had a mixed drink in one hand and a beer in the other the whole time at Mr. Sancho's. Hey man, I don't know, how did you eat the buffet then?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, and at Mr. Sancho's, it was funny, the very first time we went there, they brought us menus. So we ordered a la carte, we ordered like all kinds of things off the menu, and we were sitting there eating, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, it was maybe 1 or 2 in the afternoon, all of a sudden they were setting up this huge buffet spread. And we're like, oh my God, we didn't know we didn't know they're gonna have a buffet too. So we had already stuffed ourselves on all this food, and of course we had to go to the buffet too. Mm-hmm. So by the time we left there, I swear, with all the drinks we drank and the food we ate, I think we almost felt sick that night. It was crazy. Yeah.
I felt great myself.
The first time was like, oh.
Any advice on getting a group of 12 people to be able to sit together at dinner in the main dining room on Carnival Magic? What's the best way for Jen De Giovanna to handle that?
If you booked directly online or with the cruise line, you can call them and they can link all the bookings together. Or if you have a travel agent, call them. They will link them together. And also, if you want, you can always email the maitre d' as well and kind of maybe say you're hoping to get a table in a certain spot, maybe a window, ocean view or something. You can email the maitre d' and kind of request that. And sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. And give them all the cabin numbers as well.
Sheila said, what time should I try to board the Horizon in October since I'm an inside cabin on the Lido?
You will get a boarding time. When you do your online check-in, there should be a time for you to, it'll give you options of times to boarding times, like it might say between 12 and 12:30, 12:30 to 1. So as soon as you're able to do that, you want to do it because the times will just get later and later as they get filled up. So, and then I would show up maybe 30 minutes prior to whatever time you have there, just so you can kind of get there and be going inside by the time your time hits.
Beauty Bachelor, so when you get the alcohol package or you buy alcohol to be delivered to your room in New York and in Texas, they have unique liquor laws, and they cannot deliver the alcohol to your room while you are in port. So traditionally, the alcohol is delivered the following day, in the morning the following day. Have we gotten it later on in the evening? There's a chance you could see it later on at night, but usually it's going to be later the next morning. So on the first day, you'll end up buying a few drinks if you want those cocktails until the next day. Then your alcohol will be delivered to the room.
Yeah. Or you're talking about buying when you buy a bottle.
Yeah, I was looking to buy an alcohol package to be in my room when we arrive, but the disclaimer says alcohol sales will be delivered after sailing in Texas. So that's what that means. The following day is when you'll get that alcohol. Let's see. See, when there's an alcohol question, I'm all over it. Klikowski said, York said the ceviche at Mr. Sancho's is the shizzle. Trevor said, didn't do the buffet. Bring the menu to me and bring the food to me. They like that. I like the way you think.
Yeah.
That is for sure. That is for sure. You can also contact John Hill through his Facebook page, request particular seating arrangements if you're on Carnival. He did that for Midlife Crazy. Yeah. He'll do that, or maybe Jacinta might respond if they're working together, or something like that.
But that's another option. Yes. I always feel bad for John Hill because he gets so many different requests. I don't, Jacinta, I'm sure helps him, but I don't know how he keeps up with all of those requests. So.
DC at 10 said, how do you email the maitre d'?
I have a list of all the emails for all the maitre d's. Carnival with, there's a couple, it's usually the first two letters of the ship, most of the ships, maitre d at carnival.com. I have a list, and if you email me, I can tell me the ship you want it for. I'll send it to you.
Bam! You're all right, Sharon and Sea. You know that? You are all right.
We usually email the maitre
yes.
d before all of our cruises, and I don't know.
Yes. Now, and one last thing you can do is, if none of that works for you, when you get on the ship on embarkation day, head over to the main dining room. Usually the maitre d' will be out there taking requests.
Yeah, about
and
1 p.m.
And maybe they'll be able to accommodate you in some way, shape, or form. It could be a little hit or miss, but they might be able to do that for you. So give that a shot. But that's the last chance effort.
If you have a different dining time than you wanted and you were on a wait list, you still didn't get that time.
Yeah.
That's the time you want to show up there in the afternoon and talk to the maitre d', and they'll be able to usually accommodate you and get you switched over.
Trevor said, "I hear it's a limited drink menu on day 1 out of Galveston." Well, Trevor, none. I don't know that there's a limited menu. You can get any of the drinks you want.
Yeah. If you just go to the bar and order a drink.
But if you're talking about getting a bottle from room service, there's certainly a difference between what you can order online ahead of time and the options versus what they may have extra on the ship when they finally get around to sailing. So
they just won't deliver a bottle to your cabin until the next day.
Shannon said it starts on day 2. Yes, yes, Shannon. If you're talking about Cheers, you're right as well.
Yeah.
The billing will start on day 2.
Yeah, so you don't pay that extra day as well. You pay 1 day less.
Big Pap said we just received an email from Carnival yesterday saying we got our requested dining time, no more wait list. And no, Big Pap, none of my Viagra will be held up, so thank you very much. Everybody's a smart ass about the Viagra. Yeah. Listen, I know I'm getting old, but I haven't had to go down that path yet. God.
Oh my gosh.
Knock on wood. Don't jinx it. I'm just saying, okay? It was just a something in the video. We were there for the antibiotics, not the Viagra. I knew I shouldn't have put that in that video. Damn. This may be a stupid question. I ordered a small cake. First off, Joanne, no questions are stupid when it comes to cruising, so don't ever think that. I ordered a small cake for a stateroom the first night. Do I need to take my own fork and knife and plates, or will they bring some? God, that is a stupid question.
No.
I'm just kidding, Joanne.
No, they normally...
Just kidding.
It depends. They'll deliver it to your room. Usually, that's kind of hit and miss. Sometimes we've done that before as well. Sometimes they'll bring plates and things. Sometimes they won't. If they don't, all you have to do is pick up the phone, call your room steward.
Yes.
Ask him for those. Let him know you have a cake. You like that, the plates and utensils, and he'll bring them to your room for you.
There you go. And worst case scenario, you just send somebody right up to the buffet real quick to grab some plates and fork and knife sets, and you're ready to go. So and
if you're gonna be,
you can do like Sharon did when David and Aaron sent us a cake. She just stuck her finger right in the thing and started eating it.
I did.
What a pig. What a pig.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and Nursing said that is an excellent question. No, hashtag no Viagra needed. Not yet, anyway. I'm sure it's coming. I mean, believe me. Let's see. Rob from Life with Favor, good night. Looks like he's hitting the sack. 10:40 on Fading. Diane Sanders, night all. I know, I'm sorry, the East Coasters. Jamie, knock on wood, no pun intended. Ray Price, that was a good one, buddy. Knock on wood. As long as I can knock on wood, I don't need that Viagra. Ba-doom!
Oh my gosh.
See, I don't need cocktails to get silly on the live show. It is getting late, so I think we can loosen up a little bit. Now that we're down to just 206 people in here. You guys are insane.
What else do you have on your list? Do you have
Lori Dashiell, Jamie, I worked so hard to get off work to be here for my night, and you still haven't said hello. Lori, I am so sorry. I want to give a big shout out to Lori, and thank you so much for being here.
Hello, Lori.
Hello,
Can't wait
Lori.
to meet you on the group cruise.
Oh my God, Lori is going to be on the group cruise.
And your daughter.
That is going to be amazing. If you guys aren't...
I already told Matthew that he's going to have to show your daughter the ropes in Circle C.
We have been thinking about if we should do another Sharon at Sea group cruise. And I'm not sure. We might have to put a poll out or something like that if we ought to put another one together. We are so excited for this upcoming group cruise. and meeting so many people and
we
hanging
have
out
one
with
the
so many
next
people.
2 years, and we haven't decided yet for sure if we're having one in 2021 or if we would maybe wait till 2022.
Yes.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
But we've been kind of thinking about it, but all the itineraries aren't out yet for all of 2021.
I mean,
so.
and you know, we're super excited about the big one we're having with our friends Tony and Jenny from La Lido Loca, and that's going on in 2020. You know, we got together a while ago and put that together, and that's going to be insane. You know, so we're trying to see if that's something we might want to do again. I don't know if we're going to hang in there with and wait till see if this next few cruise goes off without a hitch.
October, and then let everyone know if we decide to do.
If we do another one, we will not plan it unless both, and I repeat, both of our amazing Team SAS moderators / support group / backbone of the business here, Leanne and Nancy can be there, because that is one of the biggest things we want to do is
summer
2021, please. All right, Leanne, we'll try to work something out. We're dying to cruise with Leanne. We are gonna be cruising with Nancy.
We're even thinking.
Leanne is gonna be so jealous. Do you think she'll be jealous?
What?
She's just gonna see us having so much fun with Nancy on the horizon. She's gonna be so mad
Jamie.
at us. We better buy her a nice gift, like a keychain or something somewhere.
So and also, if we do one in 2021, we're thinking maybe a different cruise line versus Carnival. I'm kind of toying with the fact of Norwegian.
Look what DC-810 just said.
But
what DC-810 just said.
Oh, yeah, we've had a lot of requests for that. We have.
Big Pap, to answer your question, as long as you know their name, you can usually get that done. You don't have to know their room number. If you know the name of the guest in the room, then you ought to be good to go on that.
Yeah, their name, and then also the ship and sail date, of course.
But I will tell you that some, like a cruise on like Carnival, you can literally call like on embarkation day and get something there pretty quickly. And Royal, I think you can do the same, but there's other cruise lines where you need to do it 2 or 3 days in advance.
Yeah.
So
then also
don't wait till the last minute.
And then there's certain things on some cruise lines that you have to purchase in advance too. Some things you can, some things like some of the things they make up like what is it, like the fruits and like the platters and things. Some of them you have to order a couple days ahead, and some you don't.
There you go. Slinky said New Orleans or Galveston, please. Slinky, you talking about a cruise out of New Orleans or Galveston?
We probably won't go out of New Orleans for quite a while again. We've been thinking about Galveston too, because we haven't been out of Galveston in quite a while. Yeah. My sister lives in Texas.
We've had good experiences going out of Galveston, but it's such a pain in the butt to fly into one of those airports in the Houston area and then get all the way down there. I mean, what a pain in the butt. Oh my gosh. Something nice here. Bud Trimble, what's going on? Have a shot on me. I'll be on the Symphony at the same time. You're on your group cruise.
Bud, thanks, Bud.
Bud, that is amazing. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Very generous of you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Man, the support for the channel is amazing, and we really appreciate that. Bud, thank you so much, man. You're awesome. You are awesome.
Well, back to Galveston. I don't know. Maybe next time we go to the Western Caribbean, we might look into Galveston.
Yes. Let's see, what else? Lori said, let's cruise out of San Francisco. Well, Lori, you're limited, though, going out of San Fran, Well, that's that whole West Coast deal. Listen, we're going to be going out of Long Beach twice in the first 3 or 4 months of next year on the Panorama, so we're super excited about that.
Yeah, we are.
Leah Longobardi, gotta go to bed. You made my homework for Masters very enjoyable since I'm writing about marriage theory. Viagra points are very helpful. FYI, see you on the SAS LL group cruise October 20. All right, Leah. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, and thanks for being here.
Yeah.
I went to Galveston about every weekend when I was working in Texas. That what Big Pop said. It's a good time down there, that is for sure. I'll email you some Galveston highlights for cruisers. We have a few websites. Okay, Beauty Bachelor.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I totally understand. Yeah, I tell everyone Houston is 1 hour away from Houston. Yeah. You are so right about that. You are so right. We've driven around there, and it is brutal. All right, Sharon, we're getting to almost a 2-hour point now. Is there anything that we have not covered? Can we? Oh, my God. There's totally something. Guys, totally something I forgot about. There was something. Clay Kowski, I don't know if you're still out there. I don't know if you guys want to see this, but I did this earlier today, and I would have been so mad if I forgot about it. So check this out. I don't know. I just put something funny together, and I don't know if you guys are interested, but I wanted to do just like a new segment thing on the show. I almost totally forgot about this. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Steakowski might get a kick out of this. Some of you guys might. But I want to do a new segment.
Creators might, just because they know the feeling
That's right.
of how
So
time changes things.
so I want to do a little new segment that's called
Are you going to do this every week?
This Day in Sharon at Sea History. This is what I call that. So about 1 year ago, I went back and looked at some videos from about a year ago, and I found one that we made on July 25th, 2018. This video was it was about the food that we ate on a excursion, Las Coletas in Puerto Vallarta. An amazing excursion, and we had great food. And I don't know, I'm going to show you something. And if you're a new creator, let's say, and you're worried about the quality of your videos or something like that, take a look at this. This is from just a year ago, and we've grown so much and learned so much about vlogging and stuff like that, and just using cameras and creating video. But 1 year ago, and I think if I do this right, the microphone will stay on, but 1 year ago we made this video, and just watch how spazzy.
Show the difference.
Yes, this video is posted. This thing has barely 500 views, if that. It's a horrible video that we made. The quality, the visual quality, like the video quality, isn't too bad.
Well,
but we're just jumpy. We're all over the place. It's a horrible video.
Well,
we posted it on YouTube.
Video, and then you redid
Hold on a second. That's the thing. Here is the original video that's posted on YouTube. This is the official one that we posted. And this was Las Coletas food. So watch this for a minute, and hope you don't get too big of a headache. So just sit back and watch this for a minute. All right. So if you're watching that, I think you ought to be hearing. You can let me know if you're hearing the music. I'm not watching the chat right now, but I think that's going to be a minute later. But you can see that the camera is just jumpy and awkward and just all over the place. And bouncing back and forth, and it's, you're seeing nothing there. Now you zoomed in, and now you're herky-jerky, and I don't know, the music's not horrible, but maybe it's kind of okay, and there's some amazing food that you can see there on the deal, and so that's a little bit of that video there. But I sat down before the live show. This just kind of occurred to me. I took literally like 15 minutes tops and just kind of took this video and cut it up a little bit. I did some slower motion pieces on it. Now, one thing to consider, this video originally was not shot in 60 frames per second, so it's not as smooth. But if you take it and then you just switch it over to something a little bit different, and you can come out with a newer version of the video, and tell me if you guys think that the second one is a little bit better quality. This one's kind of a new one that I put together. Slowing things down a little bit. Again, the slow quality is not great because it wasn't 60 frames per second, but it's got a whole different feel to it and a whole different look to it. You're shortening it up, you're cutting out all the dead spaces, and doing some different things. So you can take a video from a long time ago, clean it up, and make it a little more worthwhile, watching. And if you have some good editing software and stuff like that, you can definitely make a little bit of a difference. And I just thought it was kind of cute and neat and funny, finding that old video from a year ago, how horrible it was, and just trying to spruce it up a little bit to make it a little bit better. So I don't know if you guys saw a little different. Let me know in the comments if you can tell if there's a little bit of a difference quality in there versus the first one, which was really rough. But anyway, I don't know. So that was This Day in Sharon at Sea History. That was a rough video from about 1 year ago. So I thought it was kind of funny. And I just thought I would share that with you guys. Someone said, it's better, but both make me hungry. Much better. It's way better. Yeah, John, again, it's definitely not buttery because, it wasn't filmed in 60 frames per second. So when you slow down the video, you know, it gets a little bit choppier versus it being a lot smoother. But you know, it was just kind of cute seeing the original one and then the next one. Let's see. So a couple comments there. Now I'm hungry. Thank you a lot. Thank you, Jesse, Jim and Annette. I watched this one. I'd fail if I was creator. Like the first one. Oh, Jim and Annette like the first one. Second one's better. The food looks good. You know, this is one of our go-to videos when our cruise is out 18 for the Riviera vlogs. We've watched them like 20 times. Thank you so much, Sean. Very nice. Now you owe us some food. Sorry about that, Nancy. Becoming savvy with the cameras. Yeah, I mean, and it's funny that, you know, it was filmed with like an old camcorder that we used. It wasn't great in low light versus what we have now. So I just thought it was kind of got a kick out of it. And then you can, with the right stuff, you can take 10, 15 minutes and spruce up an old video. And
we got a lot of videos you can spruce up.
Oh my God, I really wish we could. Debbie Moser is here.
Hi, Debbie.
What's going on, Debbie? The big winner. Debbie, did you ever tell us what you bought with the big Amazon gift card? Come on, everyone's dying to know. Anik said we made you hungry. I'm so sorry about that. Chef Meek said both look fine. Well, Chef, I'll tell you what, that first one though is jumpy and choppy and rough. Midlife Crazy, good night. Going back to editing. Thanks for joining us.
Good night.
Yeah, Raymond, the original one was just with a Canon camcorder. So I don't know that it was doing 60. I think it was just, you know, doing it at 30 frames per second and rough in lower light and not horrible. You know, we did a lot of vlogs with that camera, but just not, you know, not great to say the least. I just ate steak tacos, but that food looks better. Don't change them without saving the originals. Nope, Sheila, never. The original's on YouTube. Can't change that. We got a DJI Osmo Pocket, seems to help. That's what Slinky said. Like the first one, because of it being older, I could see everything takes my time. That Las Coletas is a fantastic place, Nancy. Night all leaving for work. Hubner, hijinks, what's up? Glad to have you here. Thank you so much. And we'll see you out on the football field. Dun, dun, dun. Beauty Bachelor got an email yesterday about mega ship cruises for about $50 a night. 2 Carnival ships are included, leaving Galveston, a 5 and 7 day. If you got an email for $50 a night on a mega cruise ship, I would really be skeptical of that email, Beauty Bachelor, because I don't know any cruise ship that's doing $50 a night.
Well, it depends on when it is too.
That seems. I don't know.
Well, if it's coming up in the fall, it could be because the fall prices do go down during hurricane season.
You are right about that. Alaskan Beyond said, yeah, the stabilization abilities of the modern camera and gimbals really changed travel videos. You are so right. Take care, Big Pap. Good night. Cruising into retirement, signing off. And now, I think it's probably time that we should sign off.
Yeah.
Anything to go over?
No, you had your list. Did you go over your list?
I did. What did we learn tonight?
You had a list this time.
What did we learn tonight, Sharon?
What should we learn?
Yeah, should we do? I've heard that on some radio shows I listen to. What did we learn today? Who knows what sports radio talk show that's from? What did we learn today? All right, we learned there may or may not actually been a clown. There is one report that came out that I saw that it was someone in a Beetlejuice outfit. So technically not a clown,
that's funny
but
how stories
Beetlejuice.
Get changed around.
That is right. Thank you, the Klaykowskis. Very smart guy. Nurse Nancy said, hashtag knock on wood. Yes, Nancy, we did learn that I do not yet have to resort to Viagra. For that, we thank you. And what else did we learn? We learned there's an amazing new football league coming out, so we're super excited about that. We learned... what else did we learn? We learned that you guys are awesome, but we knew that already, actually, so who are we kidding? Thank you for all the love, everybody. Brandy M, Jeffrey, Craven Cruises, Lee Ann, Nurse Nancy, everyone out there, thank you so much for watching. You. We really appreciate it. Oh, yeah, we learned that we're going to Australia.
Yeah.
DNG Explorers, DNG, good luck with the team. Anik Lalonde, it was a good one. I'm not going to lie. And we were drinking non-alcoholic drinks tonight, if you can believe that. Yeah. Dave Moses, I learned that I get to go on a cruise to Australia virtually with you guys. That is right. That is right. Beauty Bachelor learned about Texas and New York alcohol laws. This is great. I think we should do this segment every time. People can just post what they learned tonight.
Yeah.
Peace out with your crease out, the Klaykowskis. Hey, dude, where's York, by the way? What is he, too good for things now?
Wasn't he on vacation?
Oh, I don't care if he's on vacation. He's got a phone. He's in Signal. If you talk to York, you tell him that he needs to get his act together. Lori, good night, Lori. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Good night, Lori.
Jim and Annette, lovely to have you guys here. Thank you so much. What's our countdown till our next cruise?
Ooh.
Real quick, let's end with that. Where is Doodle, Shilly? You're right. Dante Slocum, thanks so much for being here. Who else is out there that wants to say goodnight as they leave? Yes, pass that on to him.
75 days.
75 days till the horizon, till what could be the greatest group cruise ever.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
That's for sure. Alan Roberts, a.k.a. Gallantly Streaming, thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for behaving. No trolls yet. Oh my God, Nancy, that is crazy. If you want to hang on until someone gets a little lippy, we can do that. We do have 3 thumbs down, though. So that's always exciting. If you're one of the people that gave the thumbs down and you're still here, come on, stand up for yourself. Why the thumbs down? Beauty Bastard said, so glad I was off and I can enjoy. Sarah Phillips, thank you. Nighty night. 54 days till the escape for DNG. 30 days till the enchantment for Slinky. It'll be fun on the horizon. You can bet your bottom dollar, Sheila. It will be an amazing time. We'll have a blast. Starting with the big cocktail party for everyone in the group. Free drinks for 1 full hour. Who will be the drunkest?
I don't know.
I think it'll be me.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be me. You can pretty much bet on it. I saw those thumbs down, and Nancy said use the medicine for that lip hemorrhoid. That's funny. All right, guys, you're awesome. Thank you so much. We love you. Have a great night, and
we'll see you next week.
Until next time, we'll see if we get some tip videos coming out here soon and some fun stuff like that. We're going to leave you with a fun little video from someone who's been a little bit of a sponsor here with us, Sherry from Splash in the Sun ATV Tours in St. Martin. If you go to St. Martin, check out Sherry from Splash in the Sun. She is awesome. Tell her Sharon and C sent you. She knows who we are. We have a communication with her. She's an awesome gal with a great company down there. Check her out.
Very safe ATVs, too.
They are. They're great. Yeah, the quality of her ATVs are great. And until next time,
happy cruising.
Happy cruising.
See you next week. Good night. Hey everyone, this is Sharon from Sharon at Sea. Tonight's live show is sponsored by Splash in the Sun ATV Tours on the beautiful island of St. Martin. Splash in the Sun is rated 5 stars on TripAdvisor and has a Certificate of Excellence Award. If you want to see everything that St. Martin has to offer, then make sure you contact Sherry at Splash in the Sun. Whether you are traveling solo or with a group of 10 or more, Sherry can set you up with rentals, a guided 3 to 6 hour island tour, or you can even set up a personalized private island tour as well. Jamie, Matthew, and myself were lucky enough to have a private tour with Sherry, the owner, and it was one of the best excursions we have ever taken. So next time you spend the day in St. Martin, make sure you do it with Sherry and her team at Splash in the Sun ATV Tours. And make sure you tell her that Sharon at Sea sent you.